Oh, hello. Welcome. Oh, music went out again just as we started up. It seems like a curse that we have going. We're back. It is post Game Jam, Ink Jam 2022. Spent all weekend making a game in Unity and with the Ink engine, and we put it up today. And after that, I took a shower and went for a long walk and took a long nap. And now we're here. The agenda for today, basically, I think this is going to be a pretty quick stream. I just want to review the game that we made, play it a little bit, and we'll retrospect on it a little bit afterward, although I'll try not to spend too long. Hello, Rangoet, welcome. Oh, and Noodle says I played it. Brought me back to 2010, just me playing Flash games on the browser. Nice. Couldn't make the donuts, though. Oh, I wonder if there's a bug there. Let's see if we can figure out how to make the donuts. It's very possible that's a bug. Rangoet says I played a little bit. Okay, it is a little tedious, I found. Although maybe I'm too close to it, but, you know, so it's hard for me to judge. But I did the, when I was testing, I did the speed run where you just make 2 Nacho Supreme and French fries, and that gets you to the end. I think that's like close to the minimum number of dishes you have to prepare. Although it might be faster. Went for a long walk in the ocean. Yeah, just had to, I had to cool off. Although actually it's very hot in my apartment right now. I'm glad it wasn't like this when we were working the other nights, but just tonight it's terrible. Anyway, what is Ink Jam? Ink Jam, I'm introducing this because I think I'm not going to put the work in progress videos up on YouTube. I think I'll just put this one up. Not that it matters, nobody's watching that really, but Ink Jam is a game jam. We did it for 3 days, 72 hours. Took lots of art and dialogue and ideas from people in chat, people in Discord, and threw together this game, Cake King's Rent Fiesta 2, which I'm pretty sure, I haven't looked at all of the submissions. Can I see the submissions? This connection's not private. itch.io might steal my personal or financial information? What? What? Am I getting hacked by itch? Oh, it would be awesome if itch was down right as we needed to do this. We could work around it, but that's surprising to me. Rangwets, I like it more than the original. The gimmick obviously made it more interesting and turned the dishes into more of a puzzle. Yeah, I definitely found I got a lot of mileage out of, wow, that's hilarious. Are you serious? This connection is not private? That's very weird. Should we just brave it? We're gonna have to play it in, what the hell? Hold up, I'm gonna close Safari real quick. It's gonna close the chat. But I can see chat in Discord. Noodle says, at some point, I had all the ingredients in the castle and recipes. That's what I ended up doing too, playing it. Is just like bringing all of the ingredients together. I think that that's a very valid strat. So you're not having to walk around all the time. In like 2 hours before the deadline. So originally, recipes, if you cooked something, it literally only existed in one universe. So like if I cooked something in the, I don't know, the sweet universe, I'd have to carry it through the portal to bring it to a different one. And it was the worst, and so I changed it so that when you cook something, it exists in all universes in the form of whatever it's supposed to be. What the hell? Why is itch being weird? Just what I needed. itch.io. This connection's not private? Is something weird with my internet? What's a website that I could go to? Is it just my browser? The 10 best home warranty companies in Clarksville, Illinois. Well, you know I want to check that out. I don't know what's up with itch. Should we just play this in Unity then? Let's just do that. I told myself I wasn't going to open Unity because I would be tempted to make changes. But, wow. What a nightmare. It's okay. There's not much extra information on itch. Can I do it on my phone? Is my phone going to be pissed at me too? I'm just very weirded out by this. Just what we needed. No, it's weird on my phone too. Okay, well, open project. Rainbow says I tried a few other games on the Ink Jam. Can I open? There's no project in this folder. What the hell? Oh, good. We have all the technical difficulties. How are the other games? I haven't tried any of them yet. I was asleep for most of the intervening time. Oh, this is going great. Get this out of here. Get this out of here. Alright, we're going to play it in the Unity. Yeah, how did this compare? I'm sure it was very... I would expect it's very different. I was going to say, we probably have the distinction of being the only sequel. Noodle says I didn't have this problem. I don't know what's going on. It's okay, we'll play it in Unity. A little bit lame. Maybe it's my Wi-Fi. I don't know. Being weird. Well, I'm on Ethernet. I don't know. It doesn't matter. We can just play the game here. It's fine. Anyway, this is a sequel to our game that we made in the Ink Jam last year. This is Cake King's Rent Fiesta 2. We'll do a playthrough, and we'll pretend like we're doing this for the first time. Ringo says, the library one was by far the most interesting and intrigued me the most. I enjoyed it a lot until it was like a few pages long now. It just abruptly ends, but it had good writing and some experimental AI-generated stuff. That's interesting. I think a lot of... Oh my god, and nothing's working now. I think a lot of projects end up like that. And especially, I did glance at some of them, and it looked like there's like a visual novel game jam that's much longer going on at the same time. And so I think some people did like the start of a project for the Ink Jam that they planned to finish for this other visual novel game jam. This says, worst comes to worst, you can just play it in the purest form in Engine. Yeah, now this is not working either, which is just awesome. Hello, where's all my assets? Ink Jam 2022, there's nothing here. Yikes. Scenes? Cake King. Oh my god, here it is. Okay, let's play this. And Rainbow says, I didn't finish the fungi story, but that seemed very by-the-book, unoriginal horror, but it seemed complete, big, and decent writing. I think that that's one area where we're going to really drag behind a lot of other entrants, is in the writing. Also, my music stopped? Oh, probably because it was playing in Safari. I remember now. This does make sense. Hold up, let's do... Where's my chill, lo-fi, stupid idiot beats to play your Unity game to? Fine. Music? There's no music in the game, so we're gonna listen to this royalty-free music. Noodle says visual novel. Someone get Rango an artist. Okay, we're playing the game. My god. Couldn't get it to work in the browser. Itch is being weird. It might just be Safari and Itch. Hold up, we'll try one more thing. I should have thought of this before. Just using Chrome instead. Stop. I don't know what it is. Okay, it's fine. We'll play it in Engine. Here we are. Rainbow says, especially compared to by far the worst I played, the detective one, so another pixel art top-down game. So you've got like mainly one screen and investigate stuff, but it's so bland the detective NPC literally can tell you where to look next. Oh, interesting. And the worst part was its writing. It kind of leans on it, but it's even worse than Cake King? Oh my god. Alright, let's get into this. Okay, so imagine we're playing this for the first time, which is going to be really hard for me to do, because I've been thinking about nothing except this for the past 80 hours or so. Okay. I WASDA and I space to yell at this guy here. Please. Oh, here we go. Cake King. And let's also imagine we didn't play the original. Cake King sits at his throne, looking perfectly regal and rich as can be. Good morning, my liege. Let me also check the sound level, sorry. Just so I'm gonna be yelling in the mic. I don't want it to be all quiet and or peaky. Okay. My royal chef, it's so good to see you this morning. The gentle birds are singing and everything is lovely in the kingdom. It's incredible. Yes, your highness. It is. Oh, Rangoet says, it is super basic writing, super to the point despite the fact it is one screen. Super to the point. I got you. Despite the fact that it's one screen. So you kind of want to have NPCs you're be talking to all game be interesting. I see what you mean by this. Yeah, if there's not a lot else going on, you want that writing to be really good. Yet, I cannot escape the feeling that something terrible is about to happen. We say, "What do you mean, your majesty?" Perhaps it's nothing. Perhaps I'm just hungry. Why don't you whip me up some fish and chips? If you forgot how, go talk to the royal wizard in the room to the west. Your wish is my command. And here's a fun thing. You can go down here and look at this nice, unspoiled, perfect lawn. Nothing, no tracks or torn up anything here. It's perfect. Noodle says, I just had a theory while I finished the game. There's a broken portal, looks sabotaged, most likely where our character came from to escape / leave their dimension, since the cubes seem to be connected to portals. Oh yeah, I did want to leave a little mystery here and there. And Rankwat also says the visuals were great on it though, and it's definitely inspired by Columbo. There was some good art in some of the other, again, I didn't play any games, but I did flip through because I'm envious of them. I look at them and I'm like, why does my game look like Cake King and their game looks amazing? And then there's like a person on the team who's like the artist, and I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Oh, they didn't draw however many pieces of food that we drew for this. Down there, all those foods, all these backgrounds. Anyway, sorry, I'll stop being jealous. The royal wizard, Wizzywoo, is waiting for you in the hallway. And Rangwood says, not gonna lie, I think our game looks good for its size. The ones with good art actually had super limited art. I could believe that, yeah. That it would just be like a few, like, slides almost. Royal chef, you haven't really forgotten how to cook, have you? Well, it's easy. First off, you can pick up items like that bottle of oil to my right with the E key and drop them with the Q key. Pick up with E and drop with Q. Easy enough. Once you're carrying some ingredients, you can interact with your cooker in the kitchen to the north by walking up to it and pressing spacebar. Okay, remember that, cooker to the north. If you're holding all of the ingredients for a recipe, you'll be able to cook it. How will I know what I need? Some recipes are recorded on recipe pages like the one to the left of me there. If you walk up to one and press spacebar, you'll be able to read the recipe. Handy. But listen, not all recipes are written down. You'll have to come up with some on your own. And our goal is to make a donut. Right. Thanks for the help, Wizzywoo. Alright, so we get the oil, we read the recipe. 1 potato, 1 oil. We can do it. We go to the only other room we haven't been to yet. That looks like a potato. I have the oil, I have the potato. I read this. Fish and chips recipe. 1 fish, 1 chips. Rainbow says the fungi story, which is just text, basically had a cool art detail where you see like a biological sci-fi body screen and see as your character gets more and more infected by the fungi with it spreading. Oh, cool. No, so there's a person on their team named a big, long, Russian-looking name. 30-year-old with a PhD in digital arts. We never stood a chance. Rainbow says spoilers, I guess for a story you'll predict after 2 minutes in. Seems fine. Fire up the old cooker, time to make some food. Fries. You made some fries. Greasy. And that message is not going to be in the cooker later. The cooking, the recipes is going to be much more boring after this. But these 2 recipes have a little bit of extra flavor in the description. You made some fish and chips. How positively English of you. Nice. Let me get something to prop up my hands, just so I don't. And Regot says, hey, in fairness, at least you can't predict Cake King, though IDK, if that's a good sign. I think that people uninitiated with this will just be like, what the hell? What is this absolute madness? I think in particular because there obviously is like some kind of internally consistent logic, and like we reference the last game and stuff a lot, but it's obscene, it's obtuse, it's bizarre. Yum yum yum. By the way, do you like the new rug? It commemorates our adventure together last year. Remember that? Hint hint, if you don't know this, if you hadn't played the last game, maybe you should. I'm sure nothing that crazy will ever happen in our quiet kingdom ever again. What's that noise? This is the worst part of the game to me. This is one thing I wish I could change. I feel like when you walk up to here, when I look at this, I have no idea what this is until after I start the conversation, and now the screen is dim and I can't get a good look at it. I wish there was a way that I could like put, I wish we had a way to like put that image up on top here during the dialogue. Anyway, it's not really the worst part of the game, but it's just one part that really bothers me. A kingly figure made of oatmeal raisin dough emerges from the shadows and holds a knife to Cake King's throat. I'm taking your big idiot king hostage. If you ever want to see him again, come find me in the Sweetieverse. I'll be waiting. The Sweetieverse? The interloper drags Cake King out of the throne room and over the balcony. Rengo says that dialogue is a bit weird, not gonna lie, because nothing really that crazy happened in the last game story-wise. That's true. Especially weird since Cake King set it up, so it wasn't crazy to him. If you think that's the biggest plot hole in this game, I was laying awake in the middle of the night last night, and this is gonna be mild spoilers for this game. I was like, wait a minute. If Oatmeal Raisin King's wizard can only open a portal to the Saltyverse and doesn't even know about the Sweetieverse, how did Oatmeal Raisin King come to the Sweetieverse to kidnap Cake King? It's a huge, you could justify it. You could be like, well, maybe Oatmeal Raisin King knows more than he's telling his wizard or whatever, and is able, but it's a plot hole. Alas, it doesn't work. Wait, what? Fly that by me again? Yeah, let me run this by you again. So, Oatmeal Raisin King, his wizard, Wheezy Wee, opens a portal on the island, right? And it's a portal to the Saltyverse. And he doesn't even know about the Blandyverse. But Oatmeal Raisin King is somehow able to come through a portal to the Blandyverse. Now, it makes sense that Oatmeal Raisin King knows about the Blandyverse, because that's where he's from, originally. But what happened? Did his wizard discover the portal and then open it, and then but then the Oatmeal Raisin King was like, oh, I'll take that technique and use it to go to the Blandyverse? It doesn't quite. And where is that portal between those two? It doesn't really quite work. Noodle says, a question for Cake King 3. And Ringbot says, well, it's Oatmeal Raisin's... Wait, it's Oatmeal's wizard on the island? Why? What? He's the royal wizard. He's been doing portal research, probably to try to get back. That's what I imagined. Maybe not. Maybe Oatmeal Raisin just has a different way of doing a portal. But I feel like but that kind of plot hole, we can just say maybe that has something to do with the portal in the tower. The sabotaged one. Or the broken one. Yeah, what is your question for Cake King 3, Noodles? And also Soul Foundry says, I'm back from the beach each. Can I share some of my pics to the off-topic channel in the Discord? Yeah, that's fine. I saw bunkers, a sunken ship, and a lighthouse. A lot of wildlife, including whales and bald eagles. But I only have photos of grasshopper when it comes to wildlife. I would love to see a picture you took of a grasshopper. That would of course be fine. Okay. This door is open now. And we see this little wizard. We talk to him. We should have gone with the Martin Portal story in the end. Shaking my head. Ugh. You tell Wizzy Woo what happened. Good gravy. Did you say the Sweetieverse? As luck would have it, I've been studying the Sweetieverse. Yes, it's a parallel universe to our own, and the home of all things sweet and desserty. Just this morning, I was able to open a portal to the Sweetieverse for the first time. What a coincidence. Indeed, that purple oval in my summoning area is a portal directly to the Sweetieverse. If you walk up to it and press spacebar, you'll step through to the other side. But tread carefully. Portals act in strange and mysterious ways. And Ringo says, not gonna lie, the story was bound to have plot holes. When we went through 3 or 4 iterations of the story, I think that's probably true. Yeah, it's not the worst plot hole. And again, I was like, well, the tracks from the balcony go out to the dock, so maybe he has a portal somewhere else besides the island. And also, we never go to the island in the Blandyverse, crucially. So maybe there is a portal there from the Sweetieverse that we don't know about. It can work, but it probably doesn't. Strange and mysterious ways. Next Ink Gem, is it another Cake King or a different game? Or Cake King in a different style? I would love to keep doing Cake King games, but I think, I was gonna talk about this in the retro, but I think I would love to try to make a Cake King game with like 2 rooms. Like, we went really big. We did a medium game and a huge wide game. Just be like, okay, this is the Cake King game that's super small and focused. Maybe that wouldn't work. I don't even know what that would mean, but just think it'd be funny to try to go the other direction. Straight? Okay, can we do Cake King in a different kind of style? Yeah, we could do a different style of gameplay too. Might be fun. Noodle says, but we did. Raw ingredients carried through the portal change to become their parallel universe counterpart. For example, that bottle of oil on my desk turns into chocolate syrup in the Sweetieverse. So that's what the broke portal was. Maybe? Or maybe the... Oh, Dodonskatais, welcome! What a fiesta! Dendonskatais. Enrico says, so for a small Cake King, can we try and design a new system? Partially a bit more dialogue heavy because it's 2 rooms. I mean, we don't have to worry about it probably for a year, but I think that would be funny to just do a huge U-turn on the like breadth of the game. Well, we don't know. The portal in the tower, maybe it's very old, right? Because it's weird that Cake King has that tower all locked up, right? It seems structurally sound, but the night outside is saying it's condemned. You can't go inside. It's very suspicious. Anyway, how strange. But prepared dishes seem to only have a single form across both universes. If you prepare something in your cooker and carry it through a portal, it won't change. How mysterious. I know that's a lot to take in. Before I can let you loose to find Cake King, I need to know you understand the strange mysteriousness of portals. Why don't you make me a nice banana split? Everything you need should be in this castle. 1 banana split coming up. Alright, and we're gamers, so we know. He said this turns into chocolate syrup. We see the recipe. Banana split recipe, 1 banana, 1 ice cream with syrup. He said this was chocolate syrup. So we grab the syrup. We go in here. Oh my god, that looks like vanilla ice cream, hopefully. Giant Spatula says, Soul Foundry, please share pics. Yeah! You fired up the old cooker. Time to make some food. Welcome, Giant Spatula. Rangwood says that actually goes in line with a little idea I had of going inside Cake King's mind, and it is a kind of PT situation as stuff gets a little more horrorish and insane. I'll email Guillermo del Toro, see if I can get him involved in the next Cake King project. I'm sure he would be on board. You made ice cream with syrup. Decadent. Okay, and we're like, oh, I want to make a banana split, but those bananas I saw earlier, which I am sorry I did change the banana asset at the last minute. Literally one of the last things I did in a panic. Oh, but we go through the portal, and look, the candy cane changed to bananas, which obviously are the alternate universe version of a candy cane. And the ice cream stayed the ice cream. Banana split. And everybody say goodbye to the banana, because that's the last banana in this game. The bananas, there's no more bananas after that. And there's a very important reason for that, which is, I couldn't think of a third thing to be a salty version of a banana and a candy cane, and I couldn't think of any recipes for a candy cane, so I was just like, you know what, forget it, no banana. You tell Wizzywoo what happened. Good gravy, did you say the Sweetieverse, as luck would have it? Oh yeah, we already heard this. Here's the banana split you wanted. Fantastic work, Chef. I'm confident you're ready to travel to the Sweetieverse and rescue Cake King. Godspeed. I'll do my best. And now we're out of the tutorial. So here's a fun little detail. Right, but it's like a few rooms, but it just gets insane. I gave it would be too much to make it slowly go from silly children's book to horror. Could be funny. My key is literally stuck down on my keyboard. Okay, that's fun. If we go up to the kitchen, we put the recipes there that we got so far, in part just to show you that you can move recipes around, in case you didn't figure that out yet, and you want to gather them together. You can go in here, and look, if we go out on the balcony, now there's an egg here, but also there's a trail from the balcony, which I didn't know how to illustrate somebody dragging another person, so it looks like maybe somebody peed all this way, but that's fine. And also the reason I did that was because I want you to be drawn to go over here. Anyway, go recipe, 1 flour, 1 egg. Okay, we're gonna try to figure out how to make a donut. That's our goal, right? So let's be gamers about this. We're gonna take all the ingredients and put them in the kitchen as we find them, because that is the way to play this game, IMO. I was actually putting them in the hallway before, like I had like all my ingredients out here usually when I was testing it, but I think kitchen is even more efficient. We need Cake King speedruns. We need to find out what are the most efficient recipes to make to win the game. Rebet says a couple ideas for stuff that could happen I had is like the cooker spilling out bloody meat everywhere, and a giant Cake King like some kind of devil looking upon the room. So, you know, so the temptation for me is to just say, yeah, maybe. But I don't think that would tonally, and just because I know that it's a year that I have to even worry about that. But tonally, I think that would be a bit odd. For instance, I edited the meat pie also, which had like a bone or something sticking out of it, and I just made it look more like a regular meat pie for some kind of similar tonal reasons. North, Castle Von Cake. East, Mingus Farms Creamery. South, Royal Vacation Tower condemned. To the west, gorgeous coastline. Let's see that gorgeous coastline. I'd love to see that. Oh, that's it. There's 1 fish. Great. Let's get this broccoli too. There was gonna be a bunch of trees down here, but there's not. But we ran out of time. Dough recipe. Oh, that's wrong. One meatball. That's a mistake. That's supposed to say a pie, a meat pie. We could put up a new version of this game when after the game jam's over. But let's just. I'll correct that later. Let's not interrupt this. Right, yeah, that's what I said. I think it would be too much, and I kind of scrapped the idea. As interesting as it would be. I see. Let's talk to this man. He says dough recipe. Stop. Oh, hey, mate. You local? Sorry, I'm a tatty bit lost. Where are you trying to go? The name's Martin. Martin the purple working bird. Despite my plumage being blue, now it blooms into a mix of blue and purple once spring be coming round. Fascinating. See, I've come here to pay respects to me brother's death. He used to own the farm round here. Farmhouse not included in this game. Farmhouse cut for time. Looking for it, you see. The farm's just to the east of here, so sorry for your loss. He was killed last year by the weirdest looking fella by the descriptions. Chef's hat, darkest shadow, blue eyes that pierce your bloody soul, a villainous looking mustache, and shaped like a short rectangle. You know, I just realized I'm in an awful hurry. Thanks for the directions, stranger. I'll be on my way. Rangwat says a game set in King's mind would be interesting. I guess so. He's kind of a one-note character, but maybe it would give us a chance to explore him a little more. We're just gonna go everywhere in the normal universe, and then we'll check out the Sweetie universe. There was briefly, for like a period of like, I started to code it, and then I went to sleep and woke up this morning and deleted it. You were gonna get cream by talking to the cow. It was gonna give you cream, but I was like, okay, well then I need to limit the amount of cream that you can get, and then I was like, oh, I have to change the mechanic for giving stuff so it can give you things that aren't this, you know, that have different versions and different dimensions and stuff. It was just gonna be a pain. So now it just says this cow makes cream, pretty normal. Moo. Oh, what's this recipe for? Butter recipe, 1 cream, easy. Yeah, so crucially, because I didn't know how to balance this game. You know, so I love that you can indeed pick up the gentlebird. Oh yeah, you can put him in a pie. We'll make gentlebird pie. That'll be one of the recipes we turn in. It has a very nice, the price is nice. Trust me. Let's get that man. Get him! Cheesy broccoli recipe. 1 broccoli, 1 cheese sauce. So we can make it like shifting in the mind. Crowns, cakes, casseroles, and his view of other locations and characters. Well, we don't have to think about it till next year. Let's stay focused on what we're doing here for the moment. We're taking Martin with us. Come here, you. Oh, it is so hot in here. I don't know why I don't know why. I think because it rained, maybe. It's just very humid. Anyway. I'm sweating. Ray goes, yeah, I know. I was just thinking of an idea I had. Okay, fair enough. Here's the farm. There was supposed to be a farmhouse. Again, we don't have a farmhouse. Noah says, I never got to make pies and donuts. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, so to balance the game, one of the reasons, I mean, I don't think, this isn't like Don't Starve or Frostpunk or something. It doesn't need to be like a precarious balancing act to get through this game. But the way that I balanced it was I said, okay, if you turn all of the cream into butter and all of the flour into dough and turn that in, that should be worth enough points to finish the game. And then every recipe that you can build is always worth more than the amount of flour and cream that went into it, right? So that there's with the stuff that you've built that's in the world, even if you end up feeding the guy lots of raw dough or whatever, you're always gonna have enough food. You're always gonna have enough to pay it off. It says I was gonna make a bucket of worms, but it won't be an ingredient. They'd just be a character that says unused bucket of worms, but I slept. That's fine. That's fine. I went on a tirade against worms during the jam. So it's probably for the best. Let's go talk to this knight. We've almost done everything to do here right now. This tower has been permanently closed for safety reasons. It could crumble at any second. And we say it looks okay from the outside. Remember, I don't think Pyotr wanted to add more characters at the end. I didn't want to add more characters that were gonna complicate the plot. Right, which is one of the reasons later you'll see the Phoenix. One of the reasons I added her was because I liked the character design, but she doesn't add any real... Like, the information that she adds simplifies the plot rather than complicating it. And it's very brief dialogue. It was like, I just need to pound out a dialogue to put this here. Anyway. But yeah, there was a lot of internal disagreements. Interesting way to put it. Why do you want anything into the world? For time. I didn't want to add more. Basically, I didn't want to add more that was going to need to be explained in dialogue or something. The Phoenix's dialogue can all be totally self-contained. It can just be a few lines long. It doesn't introduce any... Like, if Pemmican King exists, he needs to weigh in on the situation and, like, be part of it. And I didn't want to put him in as just, like, a token character, so we left the door open for him to be in a different game. But he's not in this one. Anyway, we're in the Sweetieverse. This guy's here now. He says, "Hello there, I am the ferryman. I help travelers sail from shore to shining shore. You, my good man, look like a box in need of a ride. You say I'm the royal chef, not a box. Oh, my mistake. Well, would you like to ride across this chocolatey lake/sea in my lovely boat? Actually, yes, I would. Lovely. Well, that will be $45,000 for a one-way ticket or $90,000 for a round-trip pass. What? Oh, we did things out of order, but that's okay. That's more than Oatmeal King wanted for his ransom. Is there no other way? I'm sorry, good sir. My lovely boat is the only way to cross the sea, and so I have a bit of a monopoly. Do you have the money? No. Harumph. Well, it was worth a shot. Let's see. Perhaps we can come to another arrangement. I have a particular craving. A desire, if you will. A need for a yum-yum in my tum-tum. What do you say? We say, gross. What do you want me to make you? Bring me a nice piece of toast with jam, then I'll take you and your silly chef hat across the lake. Okay, I guess I'll go make some toast with jam. Regan says, well, if I ever make a Cake King, I have an idea how to use him. Perfect. We go talk to this knight. Oh, look at this. I like this detail, actually. Cake King is up in the tower. In prison. His Royal Majesty Oatmeal Raisin King has given me strict orders that nobody's permitted to enter except for a weird little rectangle chef guy. That must be you? We say, I guess so. I'll escort you inside. About time you showed up. If you ever want to see your precious Cake King again, you'd better pay up. What are your demands? Oatmeal Raisin King distractedly picks at one of his raisins, which is just a disgusting detail. Your so-called king owes me big time, and you'd better pay up. Let's say $100. But I'm just a simple royal chef. I spend all my money on paying the rent. You do seem pretty impoverished. Tell you what, since you're a chef, why don't you bring me delicious meals? Oh, there's another plot hole we'll mention. In the canonical ending. We'll hit it when we'll do the canonical ending, and I'll point out the plot hole there too. Why don't you bring me delicious meals whose market value meets or exceeds $100? So I got all the good pics posted to Discord. This game seems a bit more story-based than the last one we made. Oh, definitely. Then the alchemy one? Yeah. And then you'll release Cake King? Yeah, I guess. Why do you like that guy anyway? I heard he makes you sleep in the kitchen? It's not so bad. The cooker keeps it nice and warm and smoky in there. I guess, jeez. Hurry up and bring me my food. You're bumming me out. Right away. We can also go up here and visit Cake King in prison. He looks so sad. Chef, you've got to get me out of here. They've got me locked up right across from a bunch of bottles of chocolate syrup for some reason, and it's freaking me out. Aye, Your Majesty. And there they are. There's the bottles of chocolate syrup. Rabbit says, if I did it because it won't be on a game jam time limit, I'd probably make it more active in actual danger. Makes sense. Yeah, I mean, that is one of the reasons this game is easy peasy mode. Okay, so what am I doing? I'm gonna make toast with jam is kind of my current quest that I have. Are there any other NPCs to see here? Ooh, anchovy pizza recipe. 1 anchovy, 1 cheese pizza. Oh, I'll get one of these cherries too. Where is the recipe for a donut? I swear I put one in here somewhere. I'll just put all these down. It's fine. Is it in the Saltyverse? Oh, is that it? Shoot. Chocolate donut recipe. 1 chocolate sauce, 1 donut. Okay. Okay, so the recipes, it looks like there's just one typo, which is fine. We gotta do some cooking. We gotta make the toast. And to make the toast, we gotta make some bread. Which we have to do in the normal universe, where the flour is flour. Bread. You made bread. Rangoet, I want to focus on the game we're playing right now. Sorry. I'll read your idea after. I'm just trying to keep focused here. Let me get that bread. Sorry, no worries, no worries. Look, I have the bread. That's what's important. We need to take it. We actually don't need to take it through the portal, I guess. But I need to go here where the cream will be jam, which we would know from talking to the cow. We would know that this is jam. Or from reading the sign that says that instead of a creamery, it's a jampatheater. Maybe plot for Crusader Kings, or for Cake King 3. Oh yeah. And let me just read this. Sorry, Ringo says, my idea would be the Chef King and Cake King being exiled, go far out to Saltyverse, where Pemmican King is hidden away in the dangerous wilds out there. Nice. Yeah, we see to the east, it's now Mingus Farms. It's a jampatheater instead of a creamery. It says, this cow makes jam. Pretty weird. All right, let's make the toast that we need. Ragbot says, I tried to read the sign but couldn't. I just didn't click on the right place or something. Let's test it in all 3 places, because it's possible that it's broken in one universe. Like, maybe you tried it in the Saltyverse and it doesn't work. We'll see. That's not impossible. Right here. Where do you have my toast with jam? Right here. Will you take me aboard your boat? Anchors away. Ahoy. Bam, we're here. And look, there's another wizard. I basically rushed to Saltyverse. Okay. Hello. The wizard takes a deep breath. Oh, it's not like a clearing throat. It's like a real cough. We wait patiently for him to catch his breath. Noodle says, well, pemmican is indeed survival food. There you go. I'm Wheezy Wee. You shouldn't be here. I came out here far away from civilization to conduct dangerous experiments. What kind of experiments? Also, the boat isn't there on Sweetverse side. Yes, it is. This boat? Isn't it? Oh, is it not? Maybe it isn't. It's possible we deleted it when I deleted it from the Plainverse side. It used to be there. I think you're actually right. I think I'm mistaken. What kind of experiments? Experiments of a teleportronic. I believe you, Rangoet. I will mute you. I swear to God, I don't have time for you. He pauses to catch his breath. Long story short, just this morning I was able to open up this portal. What a coincidence. I walked through a portal this morning. Really? You live in the Saltyverse? No, my home isn't salty. It's just normal. You mean you live in an alternate universe that is neither sweet nor salty? What a revelation! There are multiple parallel universes. Wow. Your home needs a name. Let's see. It's normal. Sounds kind of bland. We shall call it Blandiverse. Really? Can we just call it home? No, I am a wizard scientist. Everything must have a proper name. It is the Blandiverse. Fine, whatever. Can I go through your portal now? Yes, I was hoping you would. I just need to catch my breath first. Bye, Wheezy Wee. And here, now, we see how far he took us just across this bridge. Also, we got hot sauce now. Let's try this sign. It is possible it doesn't work here. No, it does work. Oh, hey, look at that. Look at that guy in the window. That's not Cake King. We got a new recipe here. Cheese sauce recipe. 1 cheese, 1 butter. Well, it's fine. I don't think it breaks any immersion. It's Cake King Lamau. There's no boat there. Maybe he just had the boat somewhere else and gets it. Yeah. It was there before. Maybe I'll do a couple of fixes after this. Or maybe like tomorrow. But probably not, if I'm being real. Alright. We're gonna go back to the tower. Because the whole reason to go to the tower is to get oil. Otherwise, we only have 1 bottle of oil for the whole game. Then we'll do a whole bunch of cooking. Anything else interesting going on here? This cow makes tomato sauce. Pretty chunky. Moo. Tortilla chips recipe. 1 dough, 1 salt. Okay. Oh, there's 1 meatball here. Let's take that. The Royal Wizard is conducting crucial research in this tower. Oh, he shouldn't really be the Royal Wizard. It's fine. Actually, you kind of look... That's kind of maybe a little weird thing. It's not really a plot hole, but it's a weird inconsistency. Actually, you kind of look like him. Are you his assistant or something? Pretty much. I'll escort you inside. Okay. The reason I say that is because this is called the Royal Vacation Tower in the other universes, but here it's called the People's Vacation Tower. So you should really be the People's Wizard. Anyway. What's happening? I'm... Woozy Whoa. Or, yeah, are you drinking hot sauce straight from the bottle? Relax, I'm just taking a break to enjoy a couple nice hot ones. The portal's basically working now. Who cares if the tower on the other side is all sealed up? Seems fine to me. Here's where we get our oil. We can go here. This takes us to the normal universe. If you go down in the basement, there's 1 more recipe for Los Nachos Supreme recipe. And there's a portal down here. Denontai says, love Woozy Woe. Oh, he's a good guy. I like that he has a little bit of hot sauce on his lip. Kind of important. Anyway, we can get out of here. We've got almost all of the ingredients in the game. That looks really good, huh? Kind of breaks the magic. You can see how that works. Oh, look, if we go over here, there's this bird here. And we have to walk through the throne room to get to her, which is crucial. The Phoenix glances at you disinterestedly. Her vest is incredibly sweet. That should not be the quotation mark there. Excuse me. She doesn't stop looking over the balcony, but you're pretty sure she's listening. Where is your king? I noticed the throne room is empty. ... She sighs like a cool person. We don't use a king anymore. That guy was lame, so we ran him out of town. Oh. And the Phoenix seems tired of talking to you. Leave her be. Sweet feels weird wording because there's a sweet verse and sweet is associated with that. That's kind of true. It's fine. That is not the biggest problem with this game, but it is kind of true. Okay, what is our goal? We're going to try to make donuts? Yeah, and so here it says, the south, it's the People's Vacation Tower in this world. Although the castle is still Castle von Pemmican. And Mingus Farms, since it's tomato sauce, it's now a marinarium instead of a creamery. We gotta go to the plain universe. We gotta go to the Blandiverse to do most of our cooking. Because this game, the recipes, I don't know if you noticed, a lot of carbs. A lot of carbs, so let's do it. Who laid the egg? I think it was her. I think that's the idea. Although there's a bunch of eggs around Martin too, so it could, I don't know. But you're right, it wasn't there before. It wasn't there during this tutorial. Alright, let's do some cooking. Oh my word. Okay, so we're making dough. To make the dough, we need flour and egg, right? Dough. Nice. Then I need to make it pastry dough, which we know we need butter to do, right? Please. My keyboard is literally sticking. Maybe packing all these things super close together wasn't such a good idea. Ty says, I mean, Cake King would love some carbs. That is true. Made the butter. Now we need... Okay, I'm gonna start putting some stuff out here because it's just too crowded in there. Butter. We need... Why did I make butter? Oh yeah, butter makes pastry dough. Then I need pastry dough and oil makes a donut. You fire up the old cooker. Time to make a donut. Donut, retail value, 32. If we take the donut and this chocolate sauce, we can make the chocolate donut. Chocolate donut, retail value, 42. Nice. So we can bring that to caking. That's going to be $42. What are some other good recipes we can do? You can't make actually very much stuff in the Sweetieverse, but my favorite recipe is you can take this popsicle, which has no other use, and make a glass of Kool-Aid from it. You made Kool-Aid. So that's a good recipe. Let's go through here. We're gonna make a nice... We're gonna do Nacho Supreme. I think that's kind of the best recipe. IMO. Oh, donut real! The big cherry seemed good. The big cherry was gonna be part of like a sundae with the ice cream, but I basically forgot. Is literally the reason. Oh wait, I need flour and egg, right, to make the dough, and then it's dough plus salt. We'll make the chip. Oh yeah, we can make a Martin pie. Oh, let's make a pie with Martin in it. We can do that right now. So I need butter. Robert says, what about Gentlebird pie? Is that being saved till last? We should do that. Good call, good call. Neil says, I only followed the recipes. That Kool-Aid is hot, isn't it? Oh yeah, it looks good. Martin avoids your gaze. Martin, you shouldn't have avoided my gaze. You're in trouble now. Pastry dough, Gentlebird pie, retail value $69. Perfect, nice. I think that's actually enough for us to win the game with these recipes. So let's just bring these. A meal fit for a king. A glass of Kool-Aid, a bird pie, Rengo says, why is it a marten pie? Is he still a gentle bird? It is. It says gentle bird pie, right? I think the name was gentle bird pie. I wouldn't swear to it, because the last 3 days have been kind of a blur, but I believe so. Let's go turn in our recipes and win this game. Another plot hole. Martin says his brother is named Gentlebird, and Gentlebird, he doesn't say his brother's named Gentlebird, does he? You're making me check. I don't think so, though. Maybe he does. Let's see. Let's go to Martin. My brother's death. He doesn't say his brother's name is Gentlebird. Murder! Rengo says, oh, I'm getting mixed up. Doctor says, a blur, you say? Why so ever? Alright, let's turn these things in. I will not release your king until you finish paying the ransom. You still need to bring me $100 worth of food. Try this chocolate donut. What an upgrade. Have $42. I guess it's an upgrade compared to a regular donut. But I'm reading that now. That's a strange thing for him to say out of the blue. I will not release your king until you finish paying the ransom. You still need to bring me $58 worth of food. Try this Kool-Aid. Did you melt a popsicle into a glass? Just like Mama used to make. Have $15. I will not release your king until you bring me $43 worth of food. Try this Gentlebird pie. An upgrade for my life. Oh yeah. Did you cook a sentient being into this pie? It does look scrumptious though. I can't resist. Have $69. Wow, you actually paid the whole ransom. Yeah, I did. Now let Cake King go. If you think I'll actually let your pathetic lump of a king free, then you are but a fool. Let me tell you why this little loaf is in that cell. But you said if I paid the ransom, he would be freed. Listen, long ago, I was a kind and generous king in your universe. I truly cared for my people, providing free housing for all. Rangoet says, oh, never mind. For some reason, I forgot my own dialogue. No worries, it's fine. Actually, I think I changed it after remembering the singing part. Interesting. But you know what Cake King wanted? What he did? What? Somehow his wizard learned how to open a door from the Sweetieverse dimension to our own Blandyverse. He saw our universe's fine dough and desired it for himself. I thought you said there wasn't enough time for the after eating dialogue. I did it. It was one of the last things I did. I just ran through and slammed through all of the recipes. And just put in like one-liners for all of them. But as you can see, they don't all make sense. It was not going to be something where there was enough time to like take suggestions and edit them from Discord. Being a cake, he could make himself bigger and of higher status with more dough. I probably spent literally, I think there's like 40 recipes or something in the game, and I probably spent 15 seconds on each one. Yeah. That does sound like something he would do, but how did he get you to trade places with him? He promised me sweets galore if I took his place as a king for a bit in the Sweetieverse. It sounded great, but his kingdom was uncared for, on the brink of chaos. Before I could tell him the deal was off, little typo there. That's okay. Should we just decide to not fix anything in this game? Let's just decide that right now. Let's all agree this is it. Typos are not something we need to fix in this game. They exist. That's fine. Before I tell him the deal was off, he shut the rift between universes, trapping me in the Sweetieverse. How did you return to the Blandyverse to kidnap Cake King? Only Cake King's royal wizard knew the secret of portal travel, so I had to task all my court magicians to rediscover the technique. Oh, all his court magicians. So maybe that makes the plot hole work. Maybe he has a different magician we didn't meet. A finished product. Perfect. They only just cracked it this morning. You mean Wizzywoo is from the Sweetieverse? Wizzywoo? Is that your universe's Weezywee? I think so. No. Cake King's original royal wizard. I heard he was a gentle bird, and that he's been hiding out in the Blandyverse under deep cover as some kind of potato farmer. Come to think of it, I wonder why he hasn't come to rescue Cake King. It's truly a mystery. You need to understand, Cake King is a monster. I heard how he forced you into a dangerous rent situation last year. If he treats all his subjects that poorly, he can never be allowed to return to power. I see what you mean. But you did pay my ransom as agreed, so I put it up to you. If you leave Cake King locked up and let me bring both the Blandyverse and the Sweetieverse under my benevolent rule, I will offer you the finest kitchen apartment my royal architects can construct and the freedom to cook whatever you like. Or you can free Cake King, in which case both of you are exiled from the Sweetieverse forever. Noodle says, I, of course, viva la revolucion. Do we want to see the other one then? I'll not side with a blasphemous kidnapper like you. Free Cake King. Let's free Cake King. We'll see the other ending. True to his word. Oatmeal Raisin King let Cake King free and used the ransom money to fund anti-portal research. This is a plot hole because we didn't bring him any money. We brought him food which he ate, but it's fine, don't worry about it. Within a few months, the Blandyverse and the Sweetieverse were once again totally cut off. The Royal Chef returned to working for Cake King, who continued to charge the Royal Chef monthly rent to live in the kitchen. Somehow, deep in the Royal Chef's heart, he knew this was the canon ending. The end. Credits, and then we got, bam! Cake King 2, A King's Ransom, made for the Ink Jam by 2022 by Piotr Bizzle with lots of help from the community, especially... Soulfinders, the plot holes can be filled in the sequel, of course! Especially the Real Ranguet, the Dendance Command, and Noodles. Thank you for everyone who pitched in. Little heart. And that's the end. And you can click nice as much as you want. Nothing's happening. You're never getting out of there. Rego says, Cake King 2. More stuff, good gimmick, and overall better, but you can tell its size meant a bit less polish in a sense. I think the first one was... I actually would disagree with that. I think this is more polished than the first one. The first time, we just spent so much time trying to figure stuff out. How to do anything. Like, I went back and if you play Cake King 1, it's pretty rough. And small. And the desert is ridiculous. Neil says, maybe they can barter the food, but it has value? Yeah, maybe so. Dundonsktai says, plot holes makes it charming. Of course. Yeah, it's good. And Rego says, actually, nah, yeah, I agree. The first one was broken. The first one was a bit borked. But it's okay. It was the foundation for the Cake King extended universe. Crucially, Itch was being all weird. Dundonsktai says, remember the improvised movie I made? This is way better. Well, this we spent, like, a bunch of days on. I think you shot that in, like, a night, right? Is the game jam still being rude? No, it still thinks that Itch is trying to hack my computer, so that's fine. The tagline for the first game was rent is due, cook the world. The tagline for this one is ransom is due, cook the multiverse. So I feel pretty good about that. Anyway, that's Cake King. Let's do a quick what worked and what didn't work. And anytime we put down something that what didn't work, we should try to come up with little ideas of what we could do different. I think just a little quick retro, just for we'll stream for like 8 more minutes, and then we'll get out of here at 9. What worked? Cake King and Smash? Oh my God, when? Cake King has joined the fight. More tapirs next time. Yeah, that's a good point. Yep. I didn't mean for that to be caps locked, but actually that kind of works for me. More tapirs. Not enough tapirs, I guess would be the right way to formulate that. Okay, what worked? I think that one thing that worked is we committed hard to the bit, right? We're like, we're making Cake King, the thing that makes Cake King special and unique and stand out is that it's this weirdly big game made in a short amount of time, and we doubled down on that, and I think that was good. So doubling down on our strengths was, I think, a good thing. Dialogue was good, it seemed coherent. All right, I'll take it. I only wrote some of it. But we committed hard to the bit. I think that was good. Another thing that was good, we chose simile and ambitious, but flexible scope. The whole process. Like, every little thing we did, we were, like, good at saying, like, we were like, okay, we're gonna have this game with multiple universes. We'll plan to have 4, but we could also have 3 or 2 if we needed to. I've got all these 3x5 cards here. I was laying out, like, the map. Basically, I laid out the map and had this really big map that was like, this is the version I want to do if we could do, if we had all the time in the world. This is like the full map I would want to do. And I went through the cards and marked each one with a priority, A, B, C, D, where A is like, this is the minimum rooms we need for the game to even work, which was basically just like a straight line from the castle to the tower, the first floor of the tower where the Oatmeal King is. And then B and C and D were like expanding out from that to be like an actual game. We did B and a little bit of C. The inside of the tower was some C stuff. Remember, says, anyway, if I make a Cake King ever, so I would make it so you can use ingredients as items to help survive, but also you gotta feed Cake King constantly while getting stuff to work out how to make portals. Oh, I like that idea, if he has like a little hunger bar that's creeping down or something. Dundonsktai says, way more characters with fun bits of dialogue. That's true, yeah. I think that was good too. Yeah, we went more characters. slash leaned more into the narrative, right? We did more kind of narrative stuff in general. I had one more thing that I felt worked that I wanted to put in here. Oh, which was getting the mechanics in early. Which was both two things, both deciding what we wanted all of the mechanics of the game to be the first night and getting them all together before the first morning, all in code. And then we could spend, crucially, I think that made the streams were more interesting. Compared to in the past, we've done a lot of coding and stuff on stream. I think that the way we did it was way better. There's still room for improvement there, but that's good. We'll try to do that again next time. Just do all the coding, front load it off stream, so we can spend time making interesting decisions about the game on stream and doing interesting work like writing dialogue and art and stuff. Denonsktai says, yeah, I was gonna say the tutorial at end of day 1 was interesting. That was good too. Yeah, I guess we could just put like, similar to we chose ambitious but flexible scope. We had milestones, right? At the end of day 1, we were like, we have something we could turn in. If everything else went wrong from here on out, that would be fine. What didn't work? The big thing that I think didn't work for this was, or kind of the place there was room for improvement, was we took community assets, but had very vague requirements. Especially early, I was just like, just draw food. And that was not helpful. People didn't know what to draw. People drew things that we weren't able to use. Same thing with the dialogue. I think next time we do this, we're gonna have, yeah, Ringo says, yeah, I didn't really know what was needed. I definitely think that was a big problem. So I think next time, things that we want are specific, list out specific needs. I think we got better at this over the game jam, like having the dialogue trees that we needed, I think was useful. The other thing that I think would really help is have examples. For instance, the art style. Noodles, your art in the later part of the stream, in the later part of the process on the later days, was much more kind of consistent with the overall art style because you had seen what the art style was going to be. You weren't just totally guessing out of the blue. And so I think having some examples on hand of like, this is what it's going to look like, that might be something to do on the first night, honestly. So just draw a few art assets so we know we need. And also the last thing is specify things like image size, palette, dialogue format. The reason that I say this word that I don't know how to spell, palette? Really? Only one L. Okay, not paillette. Taking things from chat and having to like fix them up to like make them work isn't a lot of work, but it was like different each time in which with each thing. Whereas like part of the way that we got through things like having to redraw all of the backgrounds over and over, especially at the end, was just by assembly lining it. Like literally to do the Saltyverse backgrounds, I opened up all the backgrounds in the Plainverse version and just went, change the green to yellow, 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 all the way across. Go back to the beginning, change the, the gray to green, 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 all the way across. Especially with the world building stuff, I didn't know the limits on that as I was adding a little world building stuff to make a false sense of bigger scope to the world. Yeah, the palette I think worked all right since we added one, but we didn't stick to it perfectly. Yeah, we had like a vague palette. It might be interesting. I mean, a couple of the other games I looked at in the jam have like very limited palettes, and I think that can be a cool look. For this game, you're right. We didn't need more than just like a vague, things here are going to be kind of red and blue. Here they're going to be green and yellow, whatever. This says, oh yeah. And Sylvester says, how often are these game jams? Do we have a Discord for planning these out? We do. We have a channel in the Discord for doing them. We've only done... So the thing is, these game jams happen all the time. This is the third one we've done in a year, I guess. Maybe we could do them more often. It might be fun. It's a lot of work. It takes a lot out of me. I feel like every time we do this, it like takes a week off my life. But it was fun. Maybe we could do more. So if I feel like we'd make a badass Myst style game as a community. That'd be dope. I'd love to make a puzzle game. Something to think about. Anything else that didn't work here? I think that I could have learned ink better. This was one of the main tools that we used, and I struggled with it a lot. I kept having to spend time debugging things and kept like not really understanding how to write these things. Also, I believe there's a way to like write functions that, so I'll show you what I mean. So for like the recipes that we turn in, let me show you this part of the code. This part of the script, I should say. This is all in the like dialogue scripting language, and it's just the same thing over and over and over. And I'm pretty sure that can be written as a function instead of writing the same thing over and over. Practice makes perfect, easier to see. Yeah. Literally what I did, just to pull back the curtain a little bit, is I wrote a Python script that, sorry, we gotta do Python. I wrote a Python script that generates the ink code for the recipes. So you write like, I don't know if you can see it all the way down there. My head's probably covering it up, huh? Down at the very bottom, we'll put in the middle. It says ingredient 1, and we can say like oil, potato, result fries, name fries, put in another ingredient, oil, I don't know, or you could be like donut, chocolate sauce. Makes you chocolate donut, whatever. And this, when we leave this script, it prints out the code that I needed to put in. That was a ridiculous thing to do. I do think it saved time in the end, but that's not the right way to do that. If you're ever writing code that writes code, you're making a mistake, I would say. But anyway, that's something that I did this morning, just to blast out all this recipe stuff. Anyway, that's that. Yeah, I guess just knowing the tooling a little better. Could have learned ink better. One thing is we knew Unity better this time. That was something that really helped this go faster. I think I took a lot of learnings from the Metroidvania game jam. Rainbow says, will you ever do a more dialogue-heavy game for a game jam, or do you prefer to just stick to more gameplay-focused games? That's an interesting question. We could see. I'll take a look at the game jams, and maybe we can pick out another one to do in the coming months or something. Adonska says, unless you write code ahead of 72 hours to save time when it's crunched? Yeah, maybe something like that. Well, I mean, really what I mean by that is like, probably I should have written a function, right? Probably there was a way to write a lot of this boilerplate one time in ink and just like plug in those parameters that I was writing in Python, but it's fine. Somebody says, Ringwood, I think we could do dialogue plus Myst. I'll take a look at the old game jams coming up, and maybe we'll try to pick one out. It's tough. I mean, I did really put one of the fun but also troubling things about doing these game jams is like this was my whole life for 3 days. Like I didn't go out of the house this morning. Literally, like I woke up, didn't take a shower, didn't eat breakfast, sat down and started working after working on Cake King up until like 1:30 a.m. That's no way to live. Rengoat says, I keep asking because I want to write dialogue and stuff, but this was too simplistic story-wise for that. So that'll be the last thing. Let's actually say what worked. I think one thing that worked is we showed you can just make a game. Right? You can. I think this is kind of a nice note to end out on anyway. I think this is kind of what I want this channel almost to be about, is just be like, hey, we showed you can just take a weekend and make a thing. And you don't even have to worry about how it's going to turn out. You can make rules like, hey, it's going to look bad. I'm going to be okay with that. I'm not going to worry what other people will say about the way it looks. And just like really just enjoy the process of making something for a few days. Yeah. So I would encourage you to do the same. Even outside the stream. I think ink, I was saying this in the Discord, I think ink is a really great tool to start learning to make games. You can, with only learning a little bit of it, you can really quickly make like a game with a text adventure with branching dialogue, but it's actually quite a powerful engine. It's been used in several of the games that we've played on stream. Like you could do a lot with it. You can go really deep here, and it works with Unity and stuff. So if you shifted to a different engine later on, you're not even necessarily giving up like the language specific knowledge of ink. You could take that with you. Somebody says I can help with plot and I draw a little. I'm also really good at just talking. We could, yeah, okay. We'll see. I gotta not agree to something that I'm not gonna be able to keep up. Natsa says I think a big Piotr thing, Piotr, is keeping your sanity in check. Find ways to make it less life all-consuming, so it's a more sustainable format. that's something we did with the last game jams. The last one, this one and the Ink Jam last year are 72 hours. The other game jam we did, the Metroidvania game jam, was 30 days. And so that was like spread over a week. And so that was much more like a marathon rather than a sprint. And was conducive to kind of healthier habits too. It says, but did the struggle make you feel alive? It did. It did. Right, so I want to make game stuff someday, but the coding part puts me off a bit. I mean, I'd say that's fair. And I know coding is not for everybody. I would say if it doesn't interest you, that's fair enough. I believe that everybody can learn to code. So if it's a thing where like, I don't know, maybe this isn't particular to a situation, but if you're ever like, I don't know, I can't do this, I can't figure it out, just know that there's a really steep learning curve at the beginning that everybody has to get over. And it's not just like certain kinds of people can code and certain kinds can't. It's just some people, for whatever reason, you know, some people, if you're just coming into it, there's that wall to get over. I tried making a platformer game, but got the hitbox environment. What kills me is the code for character interactions and animations. Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of bugs here too, and we had a lot of difficulties with the stuff. If you look at the last few commits in GitHub, which we can do, let's just look at those GitHub commit names. You'll see it's just like frantic bug fixing. GitHub. Oh, I deleted the chat. Not deleted the chat, but I just closed the window. It says, if I do get into game stuff, I could help next time. More next time, probably, but that's an if. I want to try and learn to code, but it seems confusing and boring. That's fair. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. If it's not to your interest, then there's not much to do about that. I'm a bit busy. This says, coding isn't boring. Debugging a block for 1 hour is. Yeah, I could totally see that. Okay, let's look at this commit history. 28 commits over the course of this project. So first commit, let's go. Basic player movement, introduce items and zones, introduce realm switching, move between zones, introduce ink integration, introduce portals and dialogue, visual transition for items going through portals, items can be obstacles, story can view inventory and add ink story to repo, story can give items, story can take items, plus fix picking up bug, keeping score, story can teleport player between zones, then towards the end we get like, oh, maybe this isn't so bad. Lots of new dialogue, a little more, debugging tools, a couple of fixes, price inflation, remove debug tools, I don't know, change a core mechanic in the last 2 hours, why not? This was a fix though that we did. Let me see if I can find this. No, it was in the previous commit. I tried to fix the visual bug of picking stuff up, and I literally just put in a function called, so there was a bug for a long time where you'd pick stuff up and it would be like in the wrong order, or there'd be like a blank space and then your inventory would be on top of it. I literally just wrote a function called fix inventory that just like resets the location of all the stuff in your inventory, and every time the inventory changed, we just call fix inventory. It's a super hack. That's what it was like at the end. Anyway, right, so keep that in mind. Ink is a good place to start. I think so. Yeah, like I said, you can do a lot. You can, and like, they have like you can, I think you can export a game from this. Export for web. Yeah, so you can, I haven't tried this, but like you can just write your little text story in here and have something that goes that you can put online straight out of here without having to worry about a different engine, Unity or whatever. Anyway, let's look at the rules. Let's make sure we followed all the rules. Plans may change. They did. We'll cut stuff. We did. It's okay if it looks bad. It does. No sound. That's true. And turn an NPC into a pie. I would say we followed all the rules. That seems like a huge success to me. Very good. Tell you what, let's call it here. It's been a heck of a 3 days. I think we made something really cool. I feel pretty proud of this project. It's definitely funky. It definitely stands out among the other things in the game jam. Rainbow says, oh, sorry again if I was annoying. I probably tried to turn the game a bit too much into something I saw it as. It was different than what you saw it as. Creative differences are sure to be expected. The point is we got there in the end, I think is probably the most important thing. And yeah, for follow-up, I don't know when we're going to stream later this week. Probably not tomorrow. I'll probably take tomorrow night off. But maybe we'll try to find another day to stream. I'll post in the Discord on the calendar. In any case, let's call it here for tonight. If you watched any of this live tonight, if you contributed to the game jam, if you just hung out and chatted with us about the game over the weekend, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for watching live. If you watch this video as a recording or on YouTube, thank you so much for watching that way too. Hope you join us, maybe next time if we do a game jam. And until next time, where is it? I'm getting my transition ready. I will see you later.